I had to show you on the tailgate of my pickup because that head was in storage and it was easier to bring this one to the storage facility. Run back and forth with this one. I'm going to show you the difference between the two cylinder heads. This is the after version, this is the before version. This one's just like it is out of the box, it has not been touched. This is when I did some mild porting, some little mods too. But the first thing you can see, this one has no holes in it for a 400. I drilled the outer holes, which is basically all you need. If it's a race engine, you don't really need these ones. Some people say you don't even need that one or that one, all you need is that one there, but I stuck all three of them there. You can see, because I got rid of the threads that stuck out into the chamber. Those little sharp corners could cause a hot spot, carbon buildup. You can see the exhaust there, it's mostly been just polished up. That's what they look like before. Just a slight polishing, I didn't get crazy on it. The intakes, all I did on the intake, if you look down in there, that's the after. Here. But there you can see these bumps down in here. There's two of them. One there, one back there. All I did was knock them out. The one bump is from this bolt hole here. Really, there's not much sticking out there. I did grind it smooth. I'm not sure why this other bump's back here, but those are gone. But now you can see those bumps are gone down in there. Took a carbide cutter, cut them out, and then smoothed them up with a sand roll. I did 80 grit on the intakes, and 120 on the exhaust. We'll look at the intake runners. That's the before. That's the after. They've been gasket matched and polished. The only place I poured on them was right down through here on each side. I didn't touch anything else in there. I just lightly polished that. Mostly poured it down in the sides here. Some white down in there. You can see it a little better. Yep. Poured about that deep down in there, down along this side, and a little bit across there. That's just been polished. Did not touch the floor, which really does nothing. That's your high flow area. So, that's the before. That'd be hard to see. That's the after. That's all I did to the intakes. Now we'll move on to the exhaust. There's a look at the runners. That's the exhaust before, that's the exhaust after. I raised the runners, kind of D-shaped them. Mostly I did that because of my exhaust header flange. I copied the flange on the header. I did not copy a gasket, because if your gasket does not match your header, there's not really much point in doing that. Say your gasket was like that, but your header was down there. What's the point of moving that up when it doesn't match? There you can see the after, or before, and that's the after. Other than that, I guess the only other thing I did was ground down in there for some push rod clearance, because we've used these heads before. You have problems with the push rod wanting to touch right down through there. Not that it will on this engine, but looking down the exhaust, there's a way better side of the valve after it did that too. I guess we should go over to this runner. Anyways, I also, I guess I didn't mention, is I did just slightly polish the floor on the head. The other thing I wanted to mention was the shape of the runners on these heads. These two runners here, to me, are made right. Because, like the light over here, you look at it, the runner's angled this way. You want this side, which is your high flow area, wider than this side. They did that right on these runners. You can see it, but this side's wider back in there than this side is. And that port angles this way, that one angles that way, that one angles that way. Now on the end ones here, they did them wrong, they're opposite. It should be angled this way, but it was angled this way like this runner. So I went down inside and I ported it wider on this side, which it looks better now. They're both about the same depth in there, from there to there and there to there, and it's wider over here now. I'll show the original head here and you'll see what I mean. Okay, look at this runner here. You can see that it's wider on this side than it is on this side. It's also deeper on this side than it is on that side. Like I say, the port angles this way. And this port angles this way. Now we'll look at the end one. We'll compare this one to this one down here. Okay, might be hard to see, but this side, from there to there, is wider than this side from there to there. And this side is deeper than this side is, which to me is backwards. This port should match this port, and this port should match this port. Which they do not. These two are the same, and these two are the same. Maybe you can see it from back here. So this side is deeper, there to there, than this side is. Anyways, I ground out this side deeper on that head and made it wider. Probably one reason it might not be as wide there is maybe they were worried about the head bolt going down through there. I was a little worried when I was porting, but I didn't go too crazy. I wish I had the procomp head out here so we could compare the runners on it. But just by memory, especially the intake runners are made way better on these heads. On the procomps, like where that bulge is I ground out, they got a big old bulge sticking out there. But the plan is to install these heads. I already have one complete. I need to go up, clean this one back off, install the valves and stuff. The spring seat, the seal. So I was working on the other head like a dummy. I stuck all the seals on first. And you can't drop the spring seat down there, so I had to pretty much ruin all the seals getting them back off. Anyways, I should probably do it for now. I had to show you on the tailgate of my pickup because that head was in storage and it was easier to bring this one to the storage facility. Run back and forth with this one.